The MoneroTopia weekly news segment is sponsored by WizardSwap.io, a non-custodial cryptocurrency exchange.
First news link is a post from our favorite guy, Untraceable. And he says, when spending Monero, instead of making a ring signature proving you own one of 16 Monero outputs, you make a proof that you own one of the 150 million plus Monero outputs from across the entire Monero blockchain. The Alpha Stressnet will be the first live network testing FCMP++ and Carrot integration open to the public. It's happening.give. All right, so this is a quote tweet to a post from Monero Futures Lab mentioning how FCMP++ and Carrot Alpha Stressnet has scheduled the hard fork from the current testnet on October 3rd, and that has already happened. That happened yesterday. And if you'd like to, right now, you can set up and help test this Alpha Stressnet. Very good stuff. Moving on, we have a post from AI Leah, which reads digital ID plus DNA sequenced at birth plus CBDC plus AI enhanced surveillance. What could go wrong, really? States already building DNA databases for every newborn. Every newborn baby in England will have their DNA mapped under NHS plans for the next 10 years. I believe they have been doing this for a while in most countries at this point. Like if you don't realize or it's happening, I think it has been for a while. But obviously, they're going to do everything they can to further use this to enslave you with their surveillance techno state. So, yep. Next, there's an article about the NHS having plans to officially do this. So, but I believe they've been doing this in the US for a while. So I could be wrong, but. Next, we get a post from orangefriend.com, which reads, founder of Twitter once again recommends a service that accepts Monero. So Jack Dorsey, who still uses X/Twitter sometimes, sent a post that says, very good, with the link lnvpn.net. Now, it is obviously called LNVPN. So it's, been designed for Lightning, but they also accept Monero, which I guess they don't really... oh, yeah, okay, they mentioned it right there. They also accept Monero, and obviously Jack Dorsey's very famous, so in mentioning the service, gets a lot of attention, a lot of views, and respect to LNVPN for also accepting Monero. I don't think I've really heard of them before, so very cool to see. And they have VPN, and looks like you have data-only eSIM plans and phone numbers, which is very cool, very good. Next up, we've got a post from Exit Node, which is a kind of a long thread, which is, I guess, a sort of breakdown of Monero versus Gcash, basically going into some of the differences between them. And I guess I should probably mention Untraceable's thread as well, which, let's see if I can find it. Yep. Untraceable did a very, very good thread as well, basically talking about sorry, that's not it. Oh, I don't know where it went. More, I'm blind. Anyways, Untraceable did a thread as well. Very, very good detailed thread. There it is. Basically going through the differences of Monero and Zcash. And I mean, he's a little more biased towards Monero, but I think it was a very good thread, just covering a lot of the main differences and why people might prefer Monero over Zcash. So yeah, a couple good threads here. Good to see. And then next up, we've got a post from The Rage, which is this, I guess, this news account. It reads, new Roman Storm files motion for acquittal on all accounts. The government failed to provide sufficient evidence of illegal conduct and would criminalize the publication of decentralized software in violation of the First Amendment. Full story. So Roman Storm is filing for an acquittal on all the accounts that they're trying to charge him with, which is very good to see. Hopefully he can get through with that, because it looks like a lot of the evidence from the prosecution may not be good enough to charge him with what they're trying to charge him with. So good luck to him, and hopefully that will go in his favor, because there's no reason why he should be prosecuted for anything. Next up, we've got a post from Bitcoin Archive, and it reads, Justin, New York launches pilot program giving low-income residents $12,000 in stablecoins on Coinbase. So it looks like New York City is trying to do a mass onboarding to centralized stable coins. And this one's USDC in particular. And USDC, to my understanding, is extremely on the same, almost to the same degree as Tether, extremely centralized, and they can basically freeze, reverse, do whatever they want, right? So it's basically the complete opposite of what something like Bitcoin is supposed to be, or what Monero is today. And New York is trying to fast track this adoption by giving people $12,000 in stable coin, low income residents, $12,000, which is a lot of fucking money. So that sounds like a fast track to me for trying to onboard people to that and stable coins in general. So, and getting them used to what might come next, which might be a more federally connected stablecoin. And next we've got a post from Che Bows, which reads, "One man is behind 1/3 of all English language articles on Wikipedia. Stephen Pruitt has made over 6 million edits on Wikipedia and written 35,000 articles. Pruitt works as a contractor for the U.S. federal government." That is very interesting to know. I no other sources here other than this guy just saying it. So assuming this is true, that is a lot. And I have a good feeling, if he's a contractor for the U.S. federal government, that he didn't actually write all of the 1/3 of the English language articles for Wikipedia, and he probably had substantial help with doing that, including the 6 million edits on Wikipedia. So that's a lot. And if this, assuming all of this is completely true, oops, I closed this tab. That is pretty crazy, and also not surprising that the federal government has a play and a say in Wikipedia and what is being put up in there. I mean, this is, we've seen this in the past. That more open systems, even though they're more open, they tend to get attacked by and utilized by federal governments and other large parties and institutions for their own advantage. And because of the power they have, they are able to do that more effectively. And Wikipedia is a great example of this. And I think that might be all the links we have today. There's not very many. Let me go scroll up to make sure there are no missing super chats, because I think I saw one earlier that is missing from my screen. Let me check on xmrchat.com. It has the full history. Shortwave Surfer 2009 said, "Can't be banned on Nostr, bros." I think that was to Body saying how you cannot be banned on Nostr. And friendly reminder, if you do want to send a super chat or an XMR chat, you can do so by going to xmrchat.com/MoneroTalk. MeGold 666 says, "We are fingerprinted in so many ways that this digital IDs are just a formality." Yeah, it's kind of not ideal, but there's so many other things going on around it that it honestly is kind of some of these individual things have become a drop in the bucket compared to everything cumulatively that we have going on.